So excellent points being made
very
here.
valid
It seems
point.
like we might just be ready to hop back in here.
I like Neil's...
my dog was such a good CS:GO analyst.
Yeah, he had a lot of really valuable insight.
That's why I adopted him. Always in that, we were thinking about adopting him, taking him for a walk, and he just started giving me his hot takes on the map pool, and I thought, this is the dog for me. Oh, Stewie. Not quite going to be able to finish off that particular kill. Shota makes his way away. Gives him the split. Gives him the old escape. Now they are going to try. Got a little something going here, but the damage has actually not gone terribly well for the Kings of Content. No, it has not indeed. Not great exchange. They are quite vulnerable on a couple of players now. To the Deagles, to the pistols. Could be dangerous. Here comes the Molly. They're not going to execute yet. They're very split. All right, Kings of Content, what do you want to do? 55 seconds. You do need to make a choice at some point.
Rush is going to poke and prod towards those apartments. In the meantime, Stewie, after retreating off of that banana hit, is going to clear everything out very methodically here on our side. And here comes the smoke the library as well. Nice execute going on, Day. They got 3 players to deal with, though. And Turtle gets 1. Stewie managed to clear out 1. And so does, I believe it was Rush. But Rush does go down. So it is a 3v3 and a chance still for MIBR to close this one out. But it's Tarek to get the headshot on Turtle and make this a 3v2. That will trigger MIBR to go for the save. Yeah, I guess the body armor worth saving in this situation, Mike.
Yeah. I mean, there's quite a bit here, right? Is that a 5.7 as well? The MP9, the body armor. It's definitely worth keeping through. And if you just don't fancy your chances of getting back in with no utility, no kits either, yeah. Why not keep it alive? Inferno can be a brutal economic game down the stretch. And while you're probably not going to bring these sets through, not to this following round, but the next, yeah, you might. You never know. Things get weird sometimes. A little bit of saved economy. Maybe we're going to have an MP9 ace here for bolts.
I mean,
Noodle, alright, so just for the folks at home, Noodle just was furiously sniffing his own rump and then started sneezing, and I'm a little concerned now. He's fine. Dogs, man. They're very silly.
they are.
Doing weirdo. He's fine.
Sure?
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright.
he's just goofing. He's now brought me a toy.
It's like, Master, I am fine. Here's a toy.
We will
Play
play
with
now.
me. Yes.
We will play now.
Well, Kings of Content's trying to play around a little bit towards Banana right now. And they will toss a Molotov towards the top of it. Tons of utility, in fact, to clear out anyone that would have been there. Luckily for MIBR, no one's on the receiving end of those, and they're on an eco themselves. As he mentioned, maybe Bolts can come out with a fantastic play here and manage to make it work with the MP9, but it's going to be a very tall task, and a tall order, in fact. Finally going to drop the Molotov for his teammates so he can go for this entry and not lose that utility. Molly thrown, and Bolt still gets one with the MP9. Perhaps the magic is happening here.
It's a problem as well, but here's the thing. If they realize, hey, there's only one site with presence on it, they can just leave. And leave they're going to. But MIBR does not want to let them get away. Here's going to be the chase. Tarek gets a spray down, but he only gets one. He only gets one, and this is starting to get very concerning. Now that's another rifle picked up. 2 rifles gained for the CT side. Kings of Content need to get that bomb down quickly because they need to be ready for a fight. The pressure is going to come on in, and MIBR is going to try and crack this defense like a shell of an egg. Just underneath their fists. Going to do so now. Though, without the kit, if Kings of Content could just buy some time, and they do have some utility to continue to do so, that would be enough. Molly's already been deployed, though. Now they're just down to 2 flashes. There's still plenty of clock to play with. Woody slow to get into the action, clearing all the way through the apartments, and it seems like MIBR might just be content to go for the exits here. Surprised they didn't want to try and win this round more, but it seems like they're going to try and set themselves up in the long run, in the long game.
Maybe they just want to try and find the frags on the exits, but Kings of Content are just going to stick around and say, yeah. Why? Okay. Anyway.
He had 1 HP, right? He knows there's no way he can survive.
Fair
There's
enough.
nowhere
so
he
he
could
just
get
kind
away.
of accepted his fate there, ran right to the bomb site. Fair enough. But the Kings of Content will come out with the round victory. A little expensive as they lose 3 players against the eco of Mibr, and Mibr managed to save some rifles on board. So you know what? All things considered, not too bad for them.
I gotta say, it is an added challenge to my casting. So my next step as a caster to be able to actively play tug of war with my dog while casting. It's just interesting. I feel like it's like strength training while I work too. You can have much better arms, John.
I think as he gets older, he'll probably settle down a little bit and won't need as much tug of war attention when you're actually occupied. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm not upset about it now, though.
I hear
It's
you.
very adorable. It's good to have some company, you know?
For sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Plus, he gets me out of the house. I've been an absolute slug for the last 2 years. And it's nice to have a very dedicated excuse to go for long walks.
Yeah, my dog has 0 interest in being near me. He's always near my wife. So, like, it's just, I'm just here. If she's not home, then he'll come and stay with me.
John's burned. Oh, turtle on top of the awning. Don't usually expect turtles to get on top of the awning, but, well, he can strike. This was a snapping turtle. And this crossfire is working out to perfection. Kings of Content have been testing it, and they have been silenced. Bolt's sticking around. He was the anchor. He's got support coming, but... Wow, ripper of a shot there from Rush. Might still open things up, and it can't be denied. Woody trying to get some spam through, but the spam is not there, and this bomb's going to go down. Still an advantage available in the retake. And the Kings of Content hang on. 1 flashbang's all that ability, and Rush isn't going to be able to deploy it. Jota deletes him, and there's one more. There's that star power from Jota we were seeing on Vertigo, opening up sites. Well, it works too in the retake.
Yeah, as mentioned, Jota in that last map, 25 and 15 with 114.6 ADR and a rating of 1.73. Definitely most effective on the retakes and, of course, the entries when he's on his T side. So, going to be a player to continue watching here. But it started off with Exit and Woody ensuring that a couple of frags would be secured early, and at least for Kings of Content, you get that bomb plant, but it wasn't to be in terms of a round victory.
Wasn't to be. Woody? Looking for the opener with the AWP. Peering on down. No one's going to give him a fight just now. Not yet. At the very least, they've done a good job of avoiding that. Now a Molotov in means that he's going to have to back away. Lots of Molotovs here. And a smoke to cover it on up, but they want to go through the smoke. They're not going to respect it at all, and it's a 1-for-1 trade, and Woody makes it a little bit worse with the timing. Tarek gets around, dodges the bulk of the nade, and there's another kill onto Turtle. So the numbers are even, but the bomb, well, it's going down.
Yeah, good trades coming in from both sides there, but of course to the advantage of Kings of Content, since the manpower from ABR, the remaining manpower anyway, was towards that B site. Smoke gonna be popped there at Moto. Fallen along with Tarek, both playing in pit. I like that positioning. They have an idea as to where MIBR may be coming from. Good boost over the smoke to get the intel, but Bolts is not going to see anything. Kings of Content playing it very passively, and why not force MIBR to fight it? And MIBR, well, having not seen anything, will fall off of it, and Kings of Content get the round victory.
It's crazy. These rounds have all been so very close, but they keep coming out for the Kings of Content in the split, right? Mm-hmm. And that's all they need. They just need to keep edging these through, especially with the T-side economy. You keep MIBR on the back foot. You keep them forced back into the saves. The reality of the meta. The meta. The all-powerful meta. Or as we call it back home, Facebook.
Oh my god.
My graphic designer girlfriend was having a field day with that rebrand.
I can imagine.
She was not a fan.
Gotta love those interesting decisions that come through. good old Facebook. Can always count on them for some controversy.
Got to start a new, very easy controversy to cover up all of your slightly more important controversies that you'd rather everyone stop focusing on. Hey, now that we've made sure that Facebook will never sponsor an Ibuypower Masters,
Oh no.
or I'm sorry, Meta will never sponsor an Ibuypower Masters, let's move on here. Move on. Stewie 2K gonna try and clear the way, but Bolts. It's so good. The flashbang's not enough to slow him down. He gets 2. Jota with 1 more has now made this such a dire situation for the Kings of Content. They don't even have the health, but at least Bolt's cleaned up. We'll make this a little bit more valuable. Rush having a lot more impact here on Inferno. This bomb will be planted, so they've got that money secured. And their pocketbook, and, well, 2v2, all you need to hit. This could get rolling. Tarek's got the EWP as well, so his health doesn't matter. He's connected. They're backing away. It's all onto Turtle. He'll poke on out of his shell, trying to get around, but he's got utilities. He does so. What was that peek? He was trying to bait out the op shot, but it was no longer the op. It was just the rifle.
He also missed the jump on top of it all and exposed himself too much, yeah. So that was a little bit of a miscue from Turtle. It's all right. He's been pretty solid so far. But poor Turtle as he goes down. Kings of Content looking very comfortable now on their T side, up 5-1. Honestly, Turtle just should have just faced and taken the fights. Maybe thrown the flashbang over before he goes for that fight. But
John, have you seen the 2002 classic comedy Master of Disguise?
Mike,
Sorry, The Master of Disguise.
you know I've not seen any obscure movies.
It's not that obscure, man. It was too.
Okay. You know I don't
Suffice
see
it to
movies.
say, it's a very dumb Dana Carvey movie. But at one point, he's wearing a giant Turtle Man costume saying, "Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?" And in this round, Turtle is not turtly enough for the Turtle Club. He has been dropped, but once again, it comes down to a 2v2. It feels like every one of these rounds is a 2v2. This time, it's Breezy and Stewie's turn to try and seal the deal here, and it's Jota and Woody on the other side. Jota with the AWP, trying to make some noise. And I don't know that it's going to happen. This is pretty tough to get back in. The economy is still very brittle for MIBR. They start to approach. It's going to be the player in Graveyard who I think holds their fate, and that's Breezy. If he can connect on the first, makes this very easy to continue to hold the crossfire they've got set up. Smoke goes in. The player mini pit might be able to see them coming back around, and they don't want it. They don't want it. They don't want this heat. They're not ready for it. Not without the kits. They're backing right off. They don't have the time. That's going to be another round 1 for the Kings of Content. These are coming so close, but at the end of the day, that is 6 on the board.
Yeah, MIBR continue to be forced onto those saves, and for a moment, you know, you have a couple of flashbangs, some smokes to work with. Maybe you can try and pierce on through today, especially with the numbers even. But they just couldn't find information fast enough and eventually decide to back off and save, which wasn't the worst decision, of course, because you can see off of it, they're able to buy out fully. That said, even though those rounds have been very tightly contested, the Kings of Content are finding ways to win them. Did call out Rush a little bit. He's been important on those entries towards Banana. 3 of them, I believe, have been critical. Anyway, Stewie gonna eat some nade damage there, and Bolt's coming around that corner. He will not be able to survive. In fact, it's Fallen helping with a flashbang to give Stewie that opening frag. Jota getting forced out of sandbags. He still gets the frag on Tarek. Repositions himself, and oh, nice boost from Stewie. He is going to take down Jota, and now we have a 4v3 man advantage for Kings of Content, who will be falling off the B site. I like this call, assuming they decide to rotate around fully. They might have just been trying to fake it. MIBR, are they going to fall off B now? I think they're convinced that the Kings of Content went back towards the A site, and they've completely vacated B. Completely.
I think this is also a bit of a gamble stack from MIBR, right? They've been getting into these situations in the post where they've just not been in a position to win it. And so a man down here with a lot of investment in, without a ton of money to spare, they're saying, look, either we're going to be well positioned to deal with this A take, or we're going to save. That's the call they've made. That's the gamble they've made. And I respect it. They've got a ton to bring through into the next round, and that's what they're going to try and do now. Hearing the nades go in on the other side, once this bomb goes down, they'll certainly know what's going on, and they're not even going to try. They're not even going to think about it. They're going to withdraw to set up just to save.
I don't know. I'm never really a fan of completely abandoning a bomb site before you really know where the other team is going to go. But given their economy, you know, in the position that they were in, sure. Why not? Thing is, Kings of Content are going to get a 7th round under their belts, and MIBR, with the save, will be able to buy up again, but it's just save after save after save. Eventually, you have to try and take a risk, and not that type of risk, in my opinion, but yeah. Oh.
Apparently, the Master of Disguise has a 1% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, it's Angel Peepo!
Oh, perfect.
Does that imply that Peepo is dead? Or that he's an angel?
I think it's a good Peepo.
Wow. The Master of Disguise has a 1% rotten on the tomato meter. And a 35% audience score. Oof. That's rough.
That's probably why I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't blame you. I mean, I think I was young enough that I would watch most dumb things. But, no, that one did not work out.
1%. Oof. Not 0. What?
Rough. 7-1 is the scoreline. A scoreline that Brazilian teams just can never escape here, John. They can never get away from it. Always there.
Oh, Turtle's got a chance here to make some noise. Exit and Woody, in fact, find the frags, and Turtle's standing in the smoke. They don't even know. Fallen was walking right into him. And Exit will get the last one. Well played for MIBR to get their 2nd round. Very cheeky in that smoke was Turtle.
There we go. Finally cracked on through. This is the round they were saving for this entire time. Just needed to have the right guns in the right place at the right time, and finally they do. MIBR. Now going to be able to push on through. Now going to be able to make some stuff happen. And still a 5-round lead and investment back in here. If the Kings of Content could bookend that 1 round, they could really turn this half to their advantage. Rocking on up is Stewie2K, leading this, the tip of the spear. He's out through the smoke, but he's down, and Jota has found one more as well. So this approach has not gone well. Further nade sail in to just pour some salt on into the wound. They've opened it up, they've seasoned it, and now they're very comfortable to back away.
You know, oftentimes you can find yourself in an endless cycle of saving when you're on CT side, and it just doesn't really yield anything. But, oh, Woody had a chance to get a punish frag, but he misses the shot. And now Breezy will live to see another day. Now Bolts is going to get a couple on to B. There you have it. Breezy's been isolated, 5v1, and now 5v none. MIBR get a 3rd, but what I wanted to say was, sometimes you end up in an endless cycle. You make yourselves look a little bit foolish, saving time and time again and not really yielding any results. But MIBR, they've managed to finally get their footing a couple of rounds in a row, and you see the economy is in pretty good condition, considering the scoreline.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Say that long, here you go. Here's your chance. Now you can build up the rounds. Now you can make it happen. You've weathered the storm at the beginning of the half. You've weathered the momentum from the Kings of Content. You brought it to a shuddering halt. You go on the other side in the hands of Breezy. Otherwise, I think there's a P250 out on the field to play. Not much. Running around naked. Running around. And Exit is going to meet their lives. They're looking for a little bit more. He's got support. He has lost his life. Stewie has maybe a chance to pull something off if he can find this kill quickly. But 'tis not to be. And eventually the reinforcements will be here, and his opportunity, well, it will close fast. He lost the bomb anyway, so it's not like he would have had a plant there, but it would have given a little bit more of a chance to make some plays here.
You're making me curious as to why you hit your mute button, Mike. I think
I sneezed, John. I sneezed.
Oh.
Nothing too interesting.
Well, it didn't come through at all. That was good time.
There we go. I'm a pro.
You're amazing.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. And that's where I find out that Rom's been pulling audio from OBS Ninja this whole time. No, I think you just use that for jams. It should be fine. This is always the worst when you have multiple feeds going out and you're like, all right, which one's my audio to stream?
Yeah.
Which one do I mute?
I would just make sure one is running. As 1:27 on the clock here, heading into round number 12. Jota had a peek towards Banana. ended up falling off after a few rounds started rattling in his direction. That gives Kings of Content full control of Banana. They got 3 players, including the bomb, heading that way. But now they just wanted to drag some rotations over for Mibr, and honestly, I'm not sure what they're thinking at this point, Mike. They seem to be falling back, going forward. Just want to try and find that opening, I guess, and see where the best destination will be.
Gotta be a B exec. It's been old reliable. It's been pretty faithful for them. They're gonna toss some smokes on the site. There's actually brackets their approach on in to allow them towards the pool. Bolt's forced back by a Molotov, but he's still got the angle, and Stewie gets caught by Geometry. That's gonna be the kill on in. Bolt just knew his angs. Sick angs, bro. And now Exit and Turtle going to be able to police the pit, at least for the moment. Now everybody remaining is coming up the lane, and this might just be a Disney crossfire. Shouldn't be easy, but Fallen does take the first strong off. They're looking for more. They have to swing in, but they have to deal with Exit. And look at how much damage he's done. 3 kills for the man, and Fallen limping. He'll get the bomb, but he's not getting away from this one. He's not getting away, and they are bringing the hurt. Fortunate that none of those nades found home, and might actually have a chance, but no. Bolts denies. Of course he does. He opened the round. He closes it as well, and that is a 5th found for Mibr as they are clawing this back inch by inch.
Yeah, you can't silence Bolts for too long, and he has exploded now up to 12 frags, leading the squad, and this is more of the Bolts that we saw on Vertigo, where he had 26 frags, a plus 15 kill to death differential, and an ADR of 124.1. Once he finds his rhythm, well, that is definitely trouble for the Kings of Content. Alrighty, let's head into round number 13.
Do you think?
Yep.
If they win, will they be content Kings? Just not even gonna dignify that one with a response, huh, John? All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I'll take it. Stewie 2K with the AWP. See what he can do here. A little spice coming out from the op. Fallen presumably dropping that over as well, which is look, man, if Fallen gives you the op, it's a serious mark of respect right there.
Stewie's a good opper. I mean,
he is, but it's Fallen.
Yeah.
You can tell it's definitely Fallen's op. Look at the stickers on it, right?
I didn't get a chance to spot them.
See you in a second when he unscopes.
Will he unscope is the question.
One day, I believe.
Yeah, that definitely Fallen's
SK,
op. 100%.
LG. There's actually a liquid sticker on the scope too, the one with the Brazilian flag in it.
Unless Stewie is a big fan of Fallen, which he...
Which who isn't?
Yeah, exactly. So you never know. Exit's going to get that frag over on Stewie to make it a 5v4. Just a pistol buy-up, of course, for the Kings of Content, and they're immediately going to fall off of that. They're going to go for a B execute instead. It's not a bad idea, because they can isolate one of these players. That's Woody, who will have to rotate around to Coffin to support Bolts, but Bolts has been no slouch. He should be up to the task here. The question is, will he get visibility in time? Because they're closing the gap quickly here. Woody through the smoke. Did he connect on that? I'm not sure, but Bolts is down. Jota does manage to take down Tarek, and Woody continues to spam through the smoke, hoping for something. But it's Jota doing it all! He gets 4, and that is it.
No cover from mid. No cover from the cross. And Jota just punishes. Merciless is he. One after another. Massacres the competition. All right, 1 round, all that separates these teams. Reminder, this was 7-1 at 1.5 rounds in a row run for Made in Brazil. Now they just need 1 more. 6th in a row. Now, this is anyone's game. Fallen, rocking on in, wants to deny that, but he won't be able to. Jota makes it a 1-for-1, and Bolts back on the scene. Bolts has been so good tonight. 14-8 is his scoreline here on Inferno. Continuing strong form from Vertigo as well. Top on the board in both situations. And now Mibr are well poised to take round number 7.
Yeah, Woody's got a lock on mid. Oh, fires a little too early, though. That gives away his position. And that means that Stewie is likely going to fall back and group up with Breezy. They do still have control of the bomb. And it will be an even 2v2 heading onto the site. So if Kings of Content get the first one, Even if it's traded out, as long as they're good with their trades on their side, they should be able to at least get a plant out of this round. But MIBR have really forced them to slow down their pace with some good utility usage. Exit right around the edge of this smoke. Oh my goodness, this positioning could catch Kings of Content off guard. It does. Breezy goes down. Exit falls back a little bit and lets Bolts do the rest.
Ooh. All right. Rush. Not enough to be able to bring this one through. Has been nice seeing some of these entries from Rush. Doing a good job of it. But obviously not of late. It's slowed down a bit. Slowed down a bit in general. So a tied scoreline here as we head into the last round of the half. Who will take the slim lead headed through? All the momentum in the world is with MIBR, and they're looking to just cap that up, put a little cherry on top of this Sunday they've managed to make for themselves. Meanwhile, for the Kings of Content, it would be nice to get a little combo breaker. Rush is about to have his combo broken. Oh, he lives. Did not think that was going to happen, to be honest. Bit of a blessing there, and Turtle goes 1 for 1 in the apartments.
MIBR full rotating towards the A site. Again, gambling. Thinking that the Kings of Content have committed towards this ace hit. The question is, are they going to? If they do, it looks brilliant. If not, well, another problem. Bolts will take down Breezy. Jota, possibly a chance in our engagement, and Boiler comes around this corner. He sees the body first, and not even a shot fired from Rush. That makes it a 4v2, and now with MIBR finding those, they're going to rotate around back to B. Will it even matter as Jota pushes into Boiler to take down Tarek? Only Stewie left. The bomb has been dropped, and for all intents and purposes, unless MIBR completely flub this, they will be the ones heading into the second half with the advantage.
Once again, the Star Fragger showing up big here in Bolts, and Jota continuing to deliver here on Inferno, and they are just showing no signs of stopping or slowing. Stewie trying to pull off the impossible here. And first, he knows where the second is. Nearly has him. 3 HP. Jota limps on through, but MIBR, it's enough. They don't care how many points of health he has there at the tail end. He gets the kill, and that's all that matters. So an advantage found for Made in Brazil. They came back from a 1-7 scoreline to run 7 rounds in a row here, John, to have the lead headed into the half. That is bonkers.
It was powered by Jolts. Jolts? It's
Jolts.
Jota.
It was powered by Jolts.
Technically, we can call them that. Maybe that's the nickname for them. They're Jolts. But Bolts and Jota doing a great job finding their rhythm, and they're the ones that were really important for MIBR in that 7-0 run. And look, if they can continue to perform like that against teams with the players, caliber of players the Kings of Content have, that's, of course, incredible news. It's not done yet, though. They still have to try and close this one out, as Rush is going to get the opening frag, but it's traded right on back by MIBR. Stewie peeking around for mid. Sees some bodies, but he's going to fall off a bit. MIBR looks like they're full sending it towards this A site. Breezy has spotted one out. He is going to back off and try to defend with Stewie. They could get overloaded by these Glocks. Good smoke thrown. That isolates Breezy, but Stewie's going to do the work. He gets one. Not the second, but it's Breezy finally recovering to get 2 of his own. And only Woody left is Stewie going for the knife.
Yep. He didn't have the opportunity for it, though. If the player was right around the boxes, he was going to go for the knife, but that's not going to happen. No knife will be allowed today, but a pistol round will be. That's what the Kings of Content are looking for to start the party here. That's 2 pistols in the map. No, actually, yeah. They won the first half pistol as well, and then it got isolated, and then they ran up the rounds. Right? Am I crazy here? Am I crazy?
I think so. Yes. You're not crazy. That is the correct.
That is what happened. Yes. Okay. Cool. My memory is not failing me for all of 15, 20 minutes ago when this map started.
And they end the 7-0 run at the very least.
That they do. Slow down a little bit of the momentum here for MIBR, but MIBR, I think, are going to be A-okay to chill out, wait for the guns to come back out, and then see if they can't regain said momentum.
Fallen just tapping away there with the MP9 down mid. Should be a victory here for Kings of Content on the anti-eco. They've got everything they could possibly want against the unarmored opponents. You know, the 4 MP9s to farm the money of Hamas in case things get a little too hairy. And Fallen just spots out Jota. Woody's going to charge on forward, but there it is. Just the farm by Breezy and Fallen. Fallen with 2. Looking for the third. Does go down to Bolts, but Bolts is just going to get overloaded. Here comes a knife. No. Tarek with the shot from the MP9.
Little souvenir sticker on your own MP9. The biggest flex in the game. Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to think of like a traditional sports parallel. I guess it's like wearing your shoe, you know, if you have a signature shoe.
Yeah.
While you play.
Which you would.
I mean, most people would. The superstars would. The Fallens of the whatever sport probably would, right?
I mean, yeah, it's good to encourage sales as well. Right?
Gotta advertise.
Yeah.
What's coming on here? With this setup, so much responsibility is just going to be on for, what is this, Stewie up in the top? Over on B? It is, in fact, Stewie. Stew's got to do it all. As they come around the corner, he is alone. Kings of Content have opted to go for a stack to try and mitigate some of what they've gotten. Now the smoke's going to go in to buy time. Spam comes back the other way. Does this trigger a rotation? No. What Stewie's trying to do now is dissuade them from actually coming onto the site. Persuade them to head back into the setup his teammates are running. And he may have succeeded. They're not quite decommitting. And he's just heard the bomb drop. This actually, I don't think he was close enough to hear that. He may have been. I don't know. Sound is weird. Audio was the devil. Exit's gonna poke this top mid setup, and he will lose his life. A little poke on in. It does get caught, but this might prompt them to head on in towards B. A good Molotov, well timed. Might allow the time for the rotation.
Really good information as Jota will find Stewie. That's the piece that cleared out. And oh, it looks like a TK goes through. Woody taking down Jota after Jota gets Tarek. Of course, unintentional, but now that means things could fall apart as Breezy finds 2. Woody, the last one standing. He could clutch this one out, but no. Rush denies, and the Kings of Content hang on for a 10.
There they go, making their way in. A TK certainly helps. That's no problem there. Nope, no, we don't have it.
Well, it's just unfortunate. I think the flashbang was the cause of it, or at least the catalyst. Yeah.
It happens. Sometimes, you know, you just get a little bloodlust going. You don't know which way to direct it. It gets out of hand. These guys are just too powerful for their own good. Tech 9s, nade stack. Now we're getting to some of the cheekier plays here from Mibr, trying to get lucky. Trying to catch a player. Roll the dice. The King of Content gained some aggressive ground towards Banana. They're going to give it up and just play a little bit more of a classic set. Smoke towards the bottom, leave one player to watch, and then start to rotate. Mibr chase this kill towards the arch. Well, now they're burning, so they're probably not going to get anything in rush.
Oh, no.
He's going to shish kebab 3. He's just put a skewer through. He's ready to throw them on the grill. He's the grill master himself. This is not doing. There's nothing showing for it. Exit has 5 players to deal with if he's going to try and think about a bomb plant. This just isn't going to happen. He pokes his nose out. Boiler, that nose is going to get lopped right off. There is no escape here. The only vulnerable player, Breezy, is tucked in the pit, so there's no easy path to even that kill. An exit. Not long for this world. Flashbang in just lets them know they know. He knows that they know. That we know. Where he probably is. Really drawn out every second here to chill in the same spot, and it does actually get itself a kill. Fallen, though, is not going to let that get any more out of hand. He will take it on through, and the Kings of Content build their lead up to 3.
Yeah, this is just a case of getting caught in the wrong position at the wrong time as Rush gets that 3K, and really it was just an eco in the round for Mibr, so they will move forward, not too deterred by it, even though the Kings of Content have built up a 3-round lead with 4 consecutive rounds here so far in the second half. Mibr, AKs across the board, they are ready to rock. Kings of Content, 3A1Ss, the AK, and the op in Fallen's hands. Fallen playing towards that B site. Right at the front lines with the AWP, hoping to connect with that opening frag. Jota may deliver that to him, but no. Just baits out the shot, throws some utility, and then they fall off a little bit. They want to take a bit more of a patient play through here. And going back to Vertigo, it was the patience on the key side of MBR that paid off. Good utility usage as well, so you cannot blame them for taking this approach.
Certainly not. Certainly not. They're going to try and crack on through. This could be a B split. Is Fallen overwhelmed? No, of course not. As cool as a cucumber. He's chilling. He's vibing. He's got a drink in one hand. He's kicking back the recliner. Vibing. Dewey up on the second orange. Tarek back by the new box. They will try and remove them from their positions. Tarek unable to isolate that kill, but Stewie is there for the trade. Can't get any more. His position compromised. He doesn't fall off. And now MIBR, they will have the bomb plant, but they don't have their lurk. It's all going to be on these two-site defenders in a 2v3. They will try and hold the hordes at bay. And Fallen is looking to zero in a kill to bring his team back into this. That op creeping, but is Bolts still alive with Turtle? And Bolts has been pretty darn incredible this map. This series. Rush. Shooting his way on through. The clock is their friend. One all onto Bolts. Bolts takes the first, but that smoke does isolate this fight, and now Fallen needs him to peek out. That shot is baited. He knows he's off of it, but he will still come around. Is there time? Bolts didn't think so. I think there might be, though. And indeed there is.
A little too early on the peak there for Bolts, and well, Fallen capitalizes, gets the frag, and he opened up the fragging as well with that shot on Woody. So the Kings of Content still undefeated into this second half, now up 12-8. MIBR just cannot find a way to hang on there in the post plant, even though they finally pierced through the defense. So, MIBR, with that full loss bonus now, will use it to buy up 4 AKs and the op, Woody. Oh, there's the engagement. Fallen actually shoots Bolts, and then Woody with the op of his own op is going to take down Fallen. 4v4. Woody does get tagged down a little bit in that engagement, which gives the HP advantage to the Kings of Content. Turtle. Gonna go off that flash from Jota, and Rush waiting in the copy. Will he get anything? No! You have to get a frag there if you're Rush, especially with the back turn of Jota. Now Jota gets a second one. Tarek does manage to get one before going down, and Stewie, an important trade coming through to make it a 2v2 exit. Will he be able to do it? He gets breezy. Stewie, last one standing, and Stewie does manage to take down exit, makes it a 1v1. Tense moments here for MIBR.
Stewart, 2 kills in the clutch. Got to. But he wants a third. Ready for one more. Ready to bring this to 13 for the Kings of Content. They're ready for that third map decider. They're ready for more action. They do not want things to end here. Not on Inferno. Not on their home ground. No, they want to bring this to Dust 2.
If we get to Dust 2, that's just going to be an all-out brawl.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. Oh, here comes the play. Bolts aggressive. Tip of the spear moving through. The nades rain in, and Stewie is dropped low as a result. They don't come around the corner. The Molotov wasn't enough to slow them down, and these kills didn't come through, so they don't have the damage confirmed. They don't know how much they hit. The third player will float to potentially support. And it is everybody here for MIBR. All 5 will be barreling through. They've just got the Tech 9s. But Tech 9s can be brutal. One more smoke for the cross. It's actually thrown for the coffins instead, and a Molotov will deny them. There's the cross smoke. And there's the gap being used by Fallen. Fallen, got to be careful not to get caught with no bullets in his gun. That's exactly what happens. But the Molly comes in just in time to push them off of him, to create some space. That space he'll need. He's lost his life, but he's done some damage. He's bought some time, and Tarek's following it up to end it. All onto Bolts, but Bolts! Oh, that second kill was a thing of beauty with the Tech 9. Might just be able to get a bomb play in here. He's being pinched upon, but he might have some space to punch in the numbers. Dancing from the back of the fountain. He needs to get this planted sooner rather than later. He's trying to bait that approach, but the player wasn't close enough. Not yet, at least. Now he'll put the C4 down. He's got the clock to play off of Rush and Breezy. Trying to bring this back through. Breezy on the banana. And Rush from spawn. Onwards they inch, wanting to play together, wanting to get together sooner rather than later, but Bolts is still able to isolate the fight, goes for the last, and Rush will be able to pull this one out. He's got time as well to go for the AWP, so he will go ahead and retrieve that. Get everything he possibly can going forward, and that will be round 14 for the Kings of Content. Close as close can be here, John, but no cigar for MIBR.
What an effort by Bolts, though, to get those 2 frags with the Tech 9 in that position, and especially in that situation. And, well, almost clutches the round for himself, but unfortunately falls just short, and that means another round tacked on for the Kings of Content, undefeated on their CT side so far. That op recovered will help out as well as it gets dropped over to Fallen. MIBR, you know, they still have that money flowing thanks to the full loss bonus, but they don't want full loss bonus. They want these rounds. Gotta get them at some point. They hope to stay in this one on Inferno. Jota sees that Molotov balloon. Fallen waiting aggressively there, and he pre-fires but doesn't connect on the shot for exit. I think he just saw the barrel and got a little too antsy.
A little too overeager. Deep banana control obtained for the Kings of Content. A smoke coming in might isolate Stewie, but he seems to be pretty content in his spot. So he'll continue to chill out here by the log pile and hope that no one Molotovs him. Fortunately for him, there are no more mollies. Oh, another little gun barrel peek. But this time Fallen is there as well to punish. So they've been pushed off. MIBR, they take some control towards Arch as a response. Tarek is going to be ready for this, and he's got it. Jota, nothing doing. And he's adjusted his angle as well. Player gets through, but Tarek will have calmed that. They know he's coming, and a motor smoke goes up to deal with the presence. Meanwhile, Library is being cleared. Turtle, is he going to be able to get this? He does indeed. That's a huge amount of control for the team. That might give him a chance to crack on in towards this AC, but there's another player coming in. And this time, Turtle does not get the first shot. So now, the approach to this site has been muddy. There's no clear path. It's all going to be on to exit, and he will be gone. Map point found. Kings of Content looking for a third, and they've got the next 6 to try and get there. 7 to try and get there. Counting's hard.
The thing is, I mean, even when MIBR manages to get through this stalwart defense that the Kings of Content are putting up, the retakes are even better, and they can't hold on to the rounds. Admittedly, a couple of mistakes for MIBR, peeking a little bit too much in the post plant, and in situations they didn't have to, in particular when Fallen was defusing with the op in hand. Just a little more patience from both to result in a round victory. But still, look, MIBR not able to do much of anything here against the Kings of Content on their CT side. And look at this, Fallen and Rush going for a bit of a boost over the top of this smoke. Could get caught off here if Turtle pushes up, but instead, well, it's just going to be a stalemate. Now Fallen waiting with the no-scope on Turtle. He wasn't even looking his direction. Then Stewie drops Woody. It is all Kings of Content here, folks. Exit and Bolts, the last 2 standing. Will they be able to yield anything out of this round? Well, There's your answer. 2 frags come through, and it's only Rush left.
A little bit of over-aggression pass from the Kings of Content, trying to shut down this round when they have full control of the bomb. Rush has to attempt a clutch, but he does actually have the health advantage. Doesn't have the numbers, and he might just get blindsided here from the player in the steps, but no. Rush is quick, snappy to it. Now he's dancing a dance of death with Bolts. Bolts has been incredible for the MIBR side, but they need one more huge kill from him, and it won't happen. One shot from Rush to put him down. That's 16-8 for the Kings of Content. We are